has identified the cause of the
mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
There are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
This is a rapidly emerging situation where there is not a cause for alarm.
The first US case has been detected.
There's confirmation the coronavirus has reached Australia.
China is urging its citizens not to travel abroad as it struggles to contain the virus.
We will be standing up Christmas Island as a quarantine area.
Foreign nationals coming from China are now banned from entering the country.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
Trying to contain a city of 11 million people is new to science. It has not been tried before as a public health measure.
The death toll now has risen above that of the SARS outbreak 17 years ago.
We now have a name for the disease, COVID-19.
I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's special broadcast on the profound impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. We will explore how the global crisis has sent ripples through interconnected worlds of jobs, economy, business, and social welfare. Since the pandemic began, over 114 million jobs have lost worldwide. Small businesses have struggled to stay afloat, and economies have faced unprecedented recessions. But amidst these challenges, we've also seen the importance of health policies and social welfare systems in rebuilding our societies. Right now, we're connected to our reporter Faiz, who is now with one of the local shop owners who struggled in the affected of pandemic COVID-19. So Faiz, can you hear me? Okay Faiz, over to you.
Yes, Radhika, I can hear you. Thank you, Anchor. Now we are with Mr. Adam. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Adam.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mr. Adam is a local businessman who owns a business that got impacted by the COVID-19 virus. So we'd like to know more from someone who owns a business. How did COVID-19 impact your business before and after the pandemic, and what businesses do you run?
Thank you very much. I run a small store selling food, and most of my customers, well, at least before the pandemic, travel here by foot. But during the pandemic, because there's not a lot of foot traffic, I end up losing a lot of my customers. Yeah, it has been rough of this year.
Okay, so alright, so it's clear that the pandemic had a significant impact on your business. And so can you tell me more about how you managed to adapt during the peak of COVID-19 and what changes you had to continue running your business?
Well, for starters, the unfortunate truth that some of my employees has been laid off, as well as we have to cut costs in some areas. However, my business still keeps on going because we decided to move our business venture to let's just say online. We have been engaging with the customers in social media, and we even set up a food delivery service. And it has allowed our business to somewhat to recover after the initial crash.
Okay, so yeah, it's impressive to know that you are predicted the challenges by enhancing your online presence and delivery service. Now, in terms of your long-term plans, do you think some of the changes you've made during the pandemic will stay in place even as things have improved?
I think some of those changes will remain. Like I was thinking of doing my business with online shopping, like so that people can not just buy food from where our store is, but also from social media or even our application that we have recently developed with members of our team. And I will also be raising back the costs and hiring some more employees to help with this more expanded business. I mean, my business of course has recovered, so I think I can do that. So yeah, there is some things that I will going to change, but some changes I will let stay.
Well, it's evident that you're not only through the challenge of the pandemic with resilience, but also looking forward opportunities for long-term growth. We should continue your success in business as you move forward. Thank you for insight with us today, Mr. Adam.
Thank you.
So, as we move into the pandemic, it's evident that flexibility, innovations, and a forward-thinking mindset will be the key to success. Business must continue to evolve to meet new customer expectation and remain competitive in this ever-changing world. So thank you for tuning in, and back to the studio with Rakita. Thank you.
Thank you, Faiz. Stories like Mr. Adam reminds us how fragile our businesses can be during crisis, and the ripple effect on jobs is undeniable. Businesses create jobs, and when they struggle, unemployment rises, impacting families and communities. As the unemployment rate surged during the pandemic, we saw how vital government can be. Support programs like stimulus checks and unemployment benefits were in preventing social collapse. But as businesses struggle, public health remains a cornerstone of recovery. Now let's talk about vaccines. Vaccination is our strongest tool against COVID-19, but it also has economic implications. To understand more, we turn to our reporter 2, Shauki, who is with the Ministry of Health. Hello Shauki, can you hear me? So what's the latest?
Yes, Rakika, I can hear you. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us today. May I ask, madam, what is the current status of the vaccine supply in Indonesia? Has it arrived?
Okay, so currently we are pleased to report that the vaccine supply has been steadily arriving in Indonesia. We have successfully received several shipments and distribution to priority regions and sectors already underway. Our team is working closely with international partners and logistics providers to ensure that the process remains efficient and equitable.
That's great. So with the COVID-19 vaccine roll out in full swing, how do you see this impacting a job recovery and economic stability?
So vaccination is a critical step towards restoring normalcy. By reducing the risk of outbreaks, we can safely reopen businesses, allowing workers to return to their jobs and revitalizing economic activity. This is especially important for industry like tourism, retail, and manufacturing, which were severely disrupted.
How does international cooperation factor into vaccine distribution, and what are the implications for social welfare?
So, international cooperation is the key. Initiatives such as COVAX provide fair access to vaccines, particularly in low-income nations. This is not only a moral responsibility, but also crucial for global economic recovery. Economies are interconnected, and full recovery is only possible if all countries are protected. For social welfare, equitable distribution helps reduce inequalities, ensuring the most vulnerable are not left behind.
Okay, so vaccine nationalism has been a major obstacle. How is your government addressing this issue?
Well, it's a challenge, but we are actively working with international partners to promote fair vaccine distribution. We support initiatives to increase global vaccine production and address supply chain issues. And cooperation is essential because uneven recovery extends economic and social disruption worldwide.
So small businesses have been particularly hard hit. How does the vaccine rollout help them recover?
Well, vaccination minimizes disruptions like lockdowns and creates a safer environment for a business to operate. This stability allows small and medium-sized enterprises to recover lost revenue, and retain jobs. These businesses are the backbone of our economy, so their recovery is vital.
What's lesson from the pandemic will shape future policies on health and social welfare?
The pandemic has shown us the importance of universal health care and robust social safety nets. Moving forward, we'll need to invest more in healthcare infrastructure and ensure that welfare systems can better support those most affected by crisis. Vaccination is just the start of building a more resilient society.
Thank you, Madam, for sharing these insights.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
And now back again to the studio with Rakika.
Thank you, Shauki. Today we've seen how deeply interconnected our world is, how the pandemic has impacted jobs, economies, businesses, and social welfare systems. Job losses and businesses struggles ripple into the economy, increasing reliance on social welfare. Vaccines, while primarily health-focused, have become a cornerstone for economic recovery. This highlights the importance of global cooperation and thoughtful policies. As we rebuild, let's remember the lesson learned. Support small businesses, invest in health and social welfare, and prepare for future crises. Together, we can create a more resilient and equitable global system. Thank you, and have a good day.
Coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody.
The Italian government tonight put the entire country on lockdown.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
We will be suspending all travel from Europe.
From Italy this evening, it just gets worse. The death toll now worse than China.
What happened in Bondi was unacceptable.
12 years of perfect employment, it all blows up in 24 hours.
More than 3 billion people in almost 70 countries and territories have been asked to stay at home.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
We're asking everyone to work at home if possible, postpone unnecessary travel.